What is nastier than people realize? Ice machines in restaurants. I read an article of a study of bowling alleys. Researchers found higher than expected amounts of fecal matter in the finger holes of the common balls. So there was an expectation, and that got blown out of the water. Dementia, especially advanced dementia. It's not just quirky memory problems, your brain controls every bodily function. Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Thanks to drug company ads, most people think it's just about going to the bathroom a few times a day. There's never any mention of fissures, fistulas, fevers, extreme pain, extreme fatigue, depression, anemia, drug side effects, joint pain, painful and horrific surgeries, mouth sores, skin disorders, etc. Filthy hobbitses. When the badass riff comes back but slower. The kitchen sink and the area immediately surrounding it. Luggage. It gets rolled throughout the world, often in gross airport bathrooms where floors are literally wet with pee, and then when people get to their destination, their first thing they do is toss it on the bed to unpack. Come to think of it, this also makes hotel comforters that never get washed even more disgusting. Hotel TV remote controls. Soda fountains at any restaurant, fast food or otherwise. Source traveled around the US repairing and replacing them. Will only ever get bottled water. In here hospital floors seems obvious, but apparently it isn't. I can't believe how many folks will allow their children to sit or play on the floors, or just generally treat them like they are sterile. I don't even wear my work shoes into my own house. The other day I spilled a few drops of tea on the floor where I work, gave it a very light wipe with a cloth and the cloth was black. I think people assume that since it's a hospital the floors are in mint condition. Absolutely no way, LOL. The lines that connect fountain drinks and kegs to the taps. Had a buddy whose job was to clean them, and he said he will never order a fountain drink from any restaurant, even the few that keep up on the routine maintenance. Keyboards and phones. Your keyboard. Seriously man, wash that thing. I can see the dirt from your window. OCD. It's not some goofy personality quirk. It's hell on earth. Your cell phone that you use every time you poop and never disinfect. People. Touching money. Your belt. Think about it, it is basically the only piece of clothing you never wash. And you always have to touch it after you pooped and before you wash your hands. Shoes. They are filled with sweaty feet and go everywhere. Think about the gas station and airport bathrooms. The bathrooms you can feel the ick in. Fingernails. A doctor's necktie. If your doctor wears a necktie, it's been in the presence of every sick patient he's been in, and it never gets washed. Drinking 1 L of soda every day. It will give you a hard time when you are older. Your watch strap. Mine is white and the notches for the buckle go all the way around, and every week I have to clean out all the lint and build up to stop it going funky. Makes me shudder at the idea of other watch straps where it may not be as obvious. Restaurant menus. Most people don't think about how many people touch them and how often they are cleaned. Light switch covers. People's own fingers that they lick and chew on all day. Your dish sponge. Kids. Yes, I'm a mom. My cat doesn't make nearly as much of a mess. You bathroom. Everything is covered in poop. Walking with your outside shoes in the house. Don't know why people think this is some weird Asian tradition, or why it should even matter. A good idea is a good idea. I'm not Asian, have no Asian relatives, but I leave my outdoor shoes by the door and walk either barefoot or in slippers in my home, This way I'm not tracking all the bird, dog, human, whatever shit and sundry parasites onto my carpet. Your cell phone, wallet, and keys you handle every day but never clean. Speaking as a teacher of 4-5-year-olds. Kids with colds who do not know how to blow their noses or cover their coughs and sneezes. Sometimes they just leave the snot on their faces, or wipe it on their clothes. They can produce a mind-boggling amount of snot. The awful gross things kids will willingly put in their mouths, and then share with others. I love them regardless. Things you buy from a lot of these grocery stores and drugstores. As someone who's seen the dust bunnies, spent time in the stock rooms, and smelled the ammonia, trust me. House flies. Flies vomit on food sources to break it down, then suck it up. So basically when a fly lands on your food and you ate it, you're also eating fly vomit. Vomit that likely has poo and rotting garbage in its contents. Long-ass fingernails. The top of a soda can. People buy them from a store and put it right onto their mouth without hesitation. Finger holes in bowling balls at the bowling alley. People order food, picking up French fries and sandwiches between turns at the alley, then stick their hand into a couple of finger holes that haven't ever been cleaned. Blowing out birthday candles. Who started that disaster? Their ass crack. Not washing their hands correctly. Furthermore, not washing before and after sex. Hotel comforters. All the sheets are washed, usually the comforters on top. Never. Getting it infected. Any wound. Anywhere. A staph infection almost killed me. Your steering wheel. All the stores you go in, doctor's offices, work, school, touching cash, etc., and then you come and put your hands on your steering wheel. Makes me cringe when I see people eating in their car. A lot of people will use hand sanitizer before digging into their food, then touch the steering wheel to drive in between bites, which makes the hand sanitizer useless. The insidiousness of poor health or disability. Especially in the US, where if you're not productive, you are treated as worthless or worse. As a person with a hidden disability, I'm constantly amazed at the hubris and privilege displayed by healthy people, especially the young or conservative. They think it will never happen to them. On a long enough timeline, it will come for you. Build your society accordingly. Corporate ethos. Doorknobs and handles. Narcissists. You think they are just self-centered until you run into one, and then you learn they seriously fuck reality up. The fancy restaurant you are eating at was in restaurant supply for a fresh seafood product and in a whole lot of restaurant kitchens. Surprisingly, the mom and pop little restaurants were typically spotless, unlike what you see on TV. The larger, higher-end restaurants, doing a higher volume of plates were, oh my god, people actually eat here and pay those prices. Purses. So many people put them in bathroom floors and then on the table. Shudders. The screen of your phone is covered in bacteria including E. coli. Doorknobs. All of them. Any non-famous Instagram model in Dubai. They get flown out there to be prostituted to rich men who do unspeakable things to them, all for some flashy luxury goods. The normalized 40-hour work week. Handshakes. The insides of water lines, pipes and soda pop ice machines. Public restrooms. The men's room floor is wet with piss, and half the guys don't wash their hands. And yeah, do you really want to walk around your home wearing those shoes? Oral sex, but it's so good. First trimester of pregnancy. No one prepared my wife for throwing up every day for 2 months now. Having to continue to work her job through all of this blows me away. Cats on people's countertops. Cell phones. The XX of big companies. Most people think the nastiness of XX in movies and TV shows are just that, movies and TV shows. No. In reality, they'll do the most underhanded tricks just to make money. I was the victim of their effed up underhanded bullshittery. Ironically, my story ended super well. The company went bankrupt this year. High-profile bankruptcy considering they're worth almost $1 billion. I used to really want to marry rich or climb my way up. Hell to the no. I don't think it's possible any of the XX can be good people if they have sick quotas to meet. Politics. Everyone's cars. I am a mechanic and I see 100 clean cars. The rest make me want to scrub off my skin after just driving it the 30 feet into the shop bay. Cash. Your average dollar bill has more fecal matter on it than a toilet.